For today's craft project, I'm going to be customizing these super cute gift bags for my kids. I went ahead and used my Cricut Joy to cut out their initials with some HTV. I picked up these gift bags from my local Dollar Tree and they were $1.50 for 2 of them. And then the other thing you'll need is going to be a heat press. So I'm using my power press and I have it set on the medium setting. One thing is just because of the type of material, it's almost like a burlap material. I just want to make sure that nothing sticks together. So I'm just going to be sticking some white cardstock in the middle. So I just have to grab that and my weeder so I can get started putting everything together. All right, so I got my cardstock here. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut these open. Just take off the tags here. Make sure it's perfect, right? And just make sure there's no little pieces at all. Okay, perfect. Let me actually move that to the side over here. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and take my white cardstock, just kind of stick it down here in the middle. Make sure it's kind of nice and flat. All right, perfect. And then also too, I'm going to go ahead and grab a lint brush. Oh, this one just needs to come off. Okay, and just to make sure that's a nice clean surface. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab my first one here. So the initial B, I'm just going to put it down a little further down. Okay, that's good. And I like the placement just kind of here because I also want to think about when you're kind of closing it. So maybe I'll just actually put it down a little bit further down right here. So when I'm closing it, that part's not necessarily affected. So yeah, kind of more down in the middle, but just a little further down like that. Okay. All right. So one thing when it comes to using this heat press, it's just not something that you just keep, straight for how many seconds. You kind of move it around. And of course, I just want to be mindful of the material and everything like that when I'm doing it. So I'll just keep an eye on just how it's going overall. So this particular peel is a cool peel, so I'm just going to set it aside for a couple of seconds and then I'll start working on my other one. So let me just go ahead and grab another piece of cardstock. And same thing, I'm going to put it more towards the bottom in the middle. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I like that placement. All right, and the same thing, just going to keep an eye on the material just to make sure that nothing burns or anything like that. And just use circle movement around all over the letter. Okay, and same thing, I'll just set it aside for it, because since it is a cool peel. Okay, so these are definitely a lot cooler now, so I'm just going to go ahead and start peeling and just watching to make sure if I see any lifting, I can go ahead and apply some more heat. But no, this one is good. Wow, so that came out super cute. I'm going to take out the cardstock inside. So, oh my gosh, I love that. All right, let's do the other one here. Same thing. Just make sure, do I see any lifting? Nope, everything is looking good with this one too. All right, perfect. And same thing. Oh my gosh, I think they came out so cute. And I'll just fill it with some, little treats for them. And this will be perfect for them for Easter. So really super cute, easy project to make. And I said again, I got these from my local Dollar Tree. So if you see them, I think this is a great little gift. Even to give to coworkers or again for your family and friends. Is just a little way of just showing that you're thinking about them during this Easter holiday time. But it's so nice when you can customize something for them. All right, so let's go ahead and work on the next project. For this next project, I'm going to be customizing a sign. I picked this wooden sign up from my local Dollarama. I think it was either $4 or $5 for it. So I ran ahead and applied 2 coats of chalk paint. It comes in this really nice bare wood, which you could totally use, but just for the sake of this particular sign, I wanted to have it as a white backdrop. And then on top of that too, with my laser machine, I purchased a laser a couple of months ago and I'm absolutely loving it. So I cut out these glasses, and the same thing, I went ahead and applied 2 coats of paint. I gave it kind of like a distress look here for the glasses. And then on top of that too, I'm going to be using some heat transfer vinyl. So I cut out my bunny rabbit here along with the headband. So this headband is actually a patterned HTV that I'm going to be utilizing. So can't wait to put this all together. This particular design I did pick up from Design Bundles, so if I could find it again, I'll link it below. I purchased it over a year ago when I wanted to make a sign like this, but you know how time goes on, you just never sometimes have time to do it. So with this whole spring and Easter season coming, I wanted to make sure that I got it done. I'm also going to be using the same exact design to create a t-shirt, so that's going to be the next project that I'm going to work on right after this one. So let me go ahead and grab my weeder to weed everything out, and then I will start putting everything together. One quick tip that I'll definitely provide to you, when you have a big image that you need to weed out, it's always really important to have your image on a screen. So just to ensure that you are weeding out the correct pieces. So that's what I did this whole entire time when I was weeding out. I was just making reference to the image on my computer screen just to ensure that I wasn't, taking out the wrong part. So again, on your computer screen, your phone, your iPad, whatever you have, just make sure that you just have the image there just to ensure that everything is weeded out correctly. Okay, so let me just go ahead now and grab my canvas here, and I just want to make sure if there's a particular, okay, yeah, actually I want my canvas to go this way here. So I'm just going to place it here, and the same thing for this one. I'm going to be using my power press and I have it set on medium. So this one is going to be layered because I do have a couple different pieces. So I just want to make sure I have my right placement for my bunny rabbit here. I think this is going to be perfect. Gonna have it. Yep, I think this is perfect. And then what's going to happen is there's going to be a headband. So the headband is going to go on like that, and then I'm going to also have, this is where then the pattern HTV will be on top of that too. And then the last thing after, I'll just glue on the glasses. Isn't that going to be super cute? Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. All right, so I'm good with the placement here, and then I'm going to go ahead and start to iron it on to the canvas. Okay, so I'm going to slowly peel from the side, and again, I'm just going to be watching to see if I see any type of lifting. But so far, okay, so there's a little bit over here, so I'm just going to grab my heat press and just focus on this part over here on the eye. Okay. All right. Still a little hot there, but let's still see if there's anywhere else. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, just a little bit over top on the ears over there. So I'm just gonna again apply some heat. Yeah, much better over there. And last part. Awesome. Okay, perfect. Honestly, you could just do it like this and this would be perfect. But of course, I need to add the accessories, or even you could actually do two. You have one that's more of like, you know, the male, and then this one here definitely is making as a female. Okay, so next part here is this is going to be the headband. So I'm just going to figure out my placement here. I think that's going to be cute right there, because the glasses is going to go here. So actually I might want to make my headband go down just a tinge bit more. Yeah, because I want my glasses to hit right there. So put it down maybe like right there. I want to still make sure that you can see the eyebrows. Actually, maybe just a tinge bit up because I want to make sure you can see the eyebrows. Okay, perfect. Yeah, and then my glasses will hit right there. Okay, perfect. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and apply this piece here. I was trying to see if I have some parchment paper, but I'm not quite sure where it is, so I'll just have to be very careful when I'm doing my heat press not to make the heat, you know, it touch anywhere else. But actually, let me just go see if I can find some parchment paper. I ran out of parchment paper, so what I'm going to do is I just cut up the other piece here that I had for the liner for the bunny. So just kind of cut it up into a few pieces, which I'm going to stick around. I'll just put it at the top because, again, I just want to make sure that it's protected. So I'll just be very careful. There's a piece over here. Maybe I'll just cut. Again, I'll be, you know, taking my time as I do this, but I still want to make sure that I don't have any issues at all. So this piece here is really close here at the top, so I'll just have to keep my eye over there. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and press this piece now. Oh, actually, hold on, just make sure it's pressed down properly before I get started. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and remove off the extra pieces I have around here. And then we're gonna slowly start peeling the bottom here. And I'm just watching just to make sure I don't see any lifting. And so far, so good. Okay, perfect. There's a little bit of bubbling, but it's going to get covered over. But I think just because, again, of the one underneath, the outline underneath, you kind of see it come through. But overall, I'm loving how this is coming together. Okay, so the last piece of this part here is going to be adding the pattern iron-on, and I just want to make sure that it aligns perfectly, because that's the only thing with pattern iron-on. It doesn't have like the adhesive sticky backing like the other one does, so I just want to make sure that that looks good there. I could also use part of this if I want, just to kind of hold it down, which I think actually I will, so that actually will work out good. Maybe I'll just grab another piece I have here. Or if you also have some heat resistance tape, you could also use that too. But I have lots of this sticky sheet backing here, so I can use that to kind of help lay it down and also protect. So just want to make sure it's nice and flat here. All right, there we go. And I actually have some more, so let me just add it to the top. And I'll grab my heat press and start pressing this part on. So let's go ahead and peel it up here. And that, oopsie, let's go back again, grab it. Okay, so the top part over here, just add a little bit more heat. Okay, I think everything else so far is looking good. One thing I did notice, this is the first time I'm ever working with patterned iron-on. It is a lot thinner, so when I was doing it over here in the corner, you may not be able to see it that much just because, again, of how the pattern is. It kind of burnt a little bit. It's a little smudged over here, so that's when I realized when I was doing it, I'm like, okay, A, can't be as like heavy-handed, be a little bit lighter, but on top of that too, because it is a thinner vinyl, that it didn't need as much like pressing down compared to the other HDB. So it was definitely learning, but overall I think it came out super cute for the headband. All right, so the last thing we're gonna need to do is go ahead and add the glasses. I'm gonna actually grab my glue gun to do that part. So I'm just gonna get it to heat up and then we will be done this craft. All right, so my glue gun is all nice and hot. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do 2 layers of glue. So I have this sticky tack glue that I'm just going to put some around here. And then on top of that too, I'll use my hot glue. See, this one doesn't dry as quick as the hot glue, so that's why I just want to kind of have double reinforcement. If you're interested in the type of wood that I use, this is a 1/4 inch pine plywood. That's the type of wood that I use, and I got it at Home Depot. On my channel, I'll definitely be featuring coming up in the near future, well, hopefully that'll be soon, some different type of other projects that I've been making with my laser. I'm absolutely loving my laser. It's so cool. There's so many of the different things that you can do with the laser. So definitely will do some more. I may actually do some more for Easter time, so we'll see. Okay, hopefully this is enough. Okay, all right, let me quickly put this down here. I like the placement right here, and then I'm just gonna press it down. All right. There we go. I love this. Oh my gosh, I think it came out super cute. All right, so this is the second project done. We are going to be taking the exact same design and I'm going to be making a t-shirt for myself. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the next project. Off camera, I went ahead and cut out the bunny design along with the glasses and the headband. I decided to switch things up a little bit with some of my colors. So for the glasses and the background design of the headband and my bunny, I went with white and then with coral, but I decided to use the same floral iron-on pattern for the headband. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my weeder and weed out the design now. As my easy press is just warming up, I'm just going to go ahead and prep the surface of my t-shirt. So I'm just going to go ahead and just make sure that there's no extra lint. And just kind of grab all the little bits and stuff that even though, you know, you wash your t-shirt ahead of time, oh, it's all ready. It's always good just to make sure you still prep the surface so you get the best press as you can. All right, so with my easy press settings, I use the Cricut heat guide, which of course you can get online, and it's going to be 315 degrees for 30 seconds for this type of material, which is 100% cotton. Oh, let me flip that around here. Okay, so for where I'm planning on putting my design, it's going to be around there. So I'm just going to prep my surface just for a couple of seconds here. Just let everything draw out. Okay, and then I'm just gonna grab my rabbit. Make sure I'm in frame so you can see it properly. So have it there. Let me actually grab my measuring tape if I can actually find it. Okay, oh, here it is. I just want to make sure that it's kind of equal on both sides here. It's about 5 on this side. And, oh, just about 5. All right, perfect. So I did eyeball it perfectly. Okay. All right, so let me just put that down right there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and press my design now. All right, so my liner is cool to the touch, so I'm just going to go ahead and just, again, watch at it from the side, but it's looking like I got a pretty good press. All right, and again, I'm just going slowly, but again, watching just to make sure if I see any lifting at all. All right, perfect. Looks super cute. Okay, so the next one I'm going to be pressing is going to be the glasses. So it's going to be, I'm going to do placement around here. Of course, you want to make sure you can see the eyebrows. Okay, so that's perfect. But because the fact of when I do press it, the other part is going to be exposed, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some parchment paper and then I'm going to press it for 30 seconds. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this last liner here. And perfect. All right, so the shirt's all done. Unfortunately, even though I lined it up, over here kind of shifted a little bit. It's not super noticeable, but of course, you know, when you make something, you can kind of see, you know, the imperfections that happen. So it just kind of shifted a little bit because that's the only thing with the liner here for pattern vinyl. It doesn't, it's not sticky at all. So that's why I had, you know, used the tape on the side just to kind of stick it down, but it shifted a little bit. But you know, it's all good. I really like the way the t-shirt came out. I just love the colors and the combination. So overall, very happy with how everything came together. Here is a close-up of the projects I made today. So the first one was the super cute treat bags with my kids' initials on them. And then next I have this sign with the glasses. It gives a really cool 3D look. And I'm going to be placing this sign in my kitchen. And then last thing I have is this t-shirt here with the same SVG print, but I kind of altered the different material that I used here with the patterns and the colors and stuff like that. So overall, really happy with how each and every single one of these projects came out. Hopefully today's video has been able to give you some inspiration in regards to using your SVG more than once and using it on different materials and just having fun with it. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave it in the comments box below. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will catch you on my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.